It's challenging because every time a new supplement comes out, we see this come out, and these aren't new supplements; they're just being really sensationalized right now,
Mhm.
and we have to spend months convincing people that you'd be better off burning your money than buying these
Yeah.
supplements a lot of the time.
Anytime you see someone say, "Fucking comment this word so I can give you my protocol like a fucking supplement," immediately red flag.
Mhm. Mhm.
Immediate red fucking flag, okay? If they're not talking in their video and they just have words and they're just showing their body parts before and after, fucking scroll,
I agree. What is that called?
okay?
Body checking. Their body
Fucking scroll.
body checking, and they're trying to use their body to sell, like, something.
Yeah, like,
And
come on,
that is not
guys.
like, I don't like that.
That's
We're
fucking ridiculous.
Welcome to Cut the Crap with Beth and Matt, the world's #1 no bullshit health and fitness podcast.
Are you ready to cut the crap with your diet and exercise, get strong as fuck, and build a healthy relationship with food? Then you've come to the right place.
Let's go. If you'd like to support us and the podcast, join our Patreon where you get exclusive content, which consists of monthly workouts you can do at home or at the gym, monthly challenges that are either strength, habit, or mindset based, and access to over 100 plus low-calorie, high-protein, family-friendly meals. These are all designed by a professional chef who is certified in nutrition. These recipes are already in MyFitnessPal for easy fucking tracking. New recipes are also added each week.
We believe that fitness is for everyone, so this is our way of getting you started on your health and fitness journey at a price most everyone can afford. So what the fuck are you waiting for? We'll see you in the Patreon.
Nerdle!
Nerd alert. What's up, my friend?
How are you?
I'm doing well. Miss you, man. It's
Yes,
been a
I
while.
know. I miss you too. I'm excited to see you in San Diego.
Yeah, that's gonna be coming up, huh?
Super excited. Maybe we should
We
talk about that very quickly
do that.
because we do have some more details about San Diego. Our dates have changed.
Yes.
I hope that doesn't fuck everything up, but we had to change. My father-in-law passed away last December, and we're having a memorial for him, like a celebration of life, that same weekend that we're planning on having it. And also, Matt's very best friend, like super best friend, is
From
having a
5th grade.
yeah, is having a bachelor party, right?
Yeah, he's having a bachelor party. Yeah.
So Matt can't miss that, and I can't. I should not miss my father-in-law's celebration of life since I did
No,
know
we
him since
didn't.
I was like 17 years old. So we have changed the dates to actually July 10th through. We're going to be there July 10th through the 15th, but our hike will be on July 12th.
Correct.
Okay, and we have
Hell yeah.
decided to hike in La Jolla.
La Jolla.
Okay, La Jolla. It's Torrey Pines Beach and Broken Hill Loop. Torrey Pines Beach and Broken Hill Loop. It is 3.1 miles and it takes about an hour and 20 minutes. You can look that up on All Trails. I don't know a time yet, possibly 8, I'm guessing, maybe that's too early,
We
probably 10.
we like to do them early. I think usually we either do them at either 8 or 10. We'll
Yeah.
time.
We'll we'll figure that out
Yeah.
next, but at least you have the idea of where it is.
Now we've got 2
So
months for everybody to plan for it.
it's takes you through Torrey Pines State Natural Reserve near San Diego. So we'll have ocean views, things like that. Pretty iconic. Okay.
Iconic. And we're going back to the best kind of old stomping grounds
Yeah, I know this.
for
I'll
a little bit.
see. Like I'm like trying to. Okay, so I'm trying to find us an Airbnb in San Diego, and so I've lived in all different areas. I've lived on the beach. I've lived like near downtown. I've lived in the gay area. I've also lived like way outside of San Diego. So I don't know. I want to ask Matt like where he wants to stay because everything is relatively like close to the Torrey Pines Reserve.
Yeah.
So we'll have to think about that. And I haven't.
I'll start looking
Um,
some too and see what I find and
okay,
send it
yeah,
to you.
maybe get an idea and then ask me like if this is
Yeah,
near anything. Yeah. Okay, that sounds good.
that sounds good.
I was renting for 5 to 6 people just in case Johnny, Mandy, and Christy. Oh, actually, she won't be there in San Diego. She'll be in. She may come with us too.
Joshua Tree
Thank you. Yeah.
afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah, but she already lives in San Diego, so she wouldn't be staying at the Airbnb with
Right,
us.
right. Cool. All right. Yeah, I mean, we got 2 months to go for it. So,
I know. I'm so
there's the
excited,
date,
you
everybody.
guys.
So, let us know if you're coming. Let us know if you're
Yeah,
coming.
San
We're
Diego
just thinking about it.
peeps.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Look at that.
Okay.
Great update there to start with, Nerdle.
Yeah, exciting. I'm super excited.
Yeah, totally.
All right. So what else is new? What is going
Well,
on?
for me, I did my half marathon 2 weeks ago. We haven't really talked about that too
I
much.
know. Talk about that, Matt, because you had a little situation, a
A situation? No.
situation.
It was great. I had some GI issues the morning of the race. Actually, in the middle of the race, I started experiencing some GI issues. Don't know if it was stress because I kept them all my food and like everything I was eating the same leading up to it, but I was under a little bit more stress and just I was really wanting to crush my PR and everything. Plus, I might have even had some food poisoning because my mom actually was like, "Hey Matt, I saw that you were sick. You weren't feeling great during your race, and I had some food poisoning and just throwing this out there because we ate at the same place. So
Interesting.
so I don't know what it was, but I did the half marathon crushed my goal, right? So I talked to
Hmm.
her about on the podcast, my goal time was 157 to 155 for a stretch goal. And I took
Yep.
midge under over 155, like 155.15.
It's
Um,
fucking amazing.
yes, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Like
That's
an
amazing.
8:40 pace or
That's
something.
like 30 minutes faster than my marathon PR.
Is it? Is it?
I think my PR is like 2:15. Yeah.
Okay. Dope. Dope. Well, who knows where you're going to be next time you do one?
Who the
So
fuck
who
knows?
the fuck knows?
But that's awesome, Matt. Good for you.
Yeah, really that was a hard race because of the issues I was having, right? Like
Yeah.
there's some GI issues during
So
the
how did you get through that?
race. Very carefully. No, so
Yeah. Yeah.
first and foremost, I started feeling it around mile 5, and that's when I fueled up for the first time with some gummies. I was like, okay, well, this is bad. So around mile 6, there was a fuel station and a bathroom, so I ran into the porta john real quick and I just wanted to check myself, make sure like nothing was going to happen, and nothing was
Yeah.
happening. So I was like, all right, wasted 30 seconds in there, hurry up, ran out. And then I made the decision right then and there. I was like, I'm not going to fuel anymore for the rest of the
Hmm.
race because
Yeah.
you don't want to be eating a bunch of gummies when you're having GI issues and things like that
God, no. Yeah.
stuff. So, it's half marathon. So I didn't fuel the rest of the way. And thankfully that saved me from exacerbating things. I think in around mile 8, I also took a quick restroom break just to make sure,
Hmm.
I tried to use the restroom, didn't have to go. So
Hmm.
I was like, at that point, it's like, all right, well, this isn't happening. So fucking pucker up, essentially. Suck it up.
Yeah.
Matt. So, um,
Uh,
and that's what I was telling myself. I was like, all right, like just figure this out. And it was a mental
hmm.
game. It was a mental game. So
Yeah.
lots of pivoting and having to really tap into that mental resiliency. But
Hmm.
did the damn thing.
Damn.
Yes.
Good for you.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a hell of a
Hmm.
training block. Really excited.
Yeah.
Hell of a training block. I really pushed it for like 8 to 10 weeks there.
Yeah. You don't fuck around with your training, Matt. And that's something that's inspiring about you. You take your goal and you fucking just do what you need to do.
Yeah,
That's what you got to do. If you want to be good at something, you have to take it seriously.
you got a plan.
What's the point of like paying for a race if you're not going to take it seriously and train for it? I don't know. And I've actually not raced races recently because I didn't properly train for it. And it's like, you know what? I'm not racing this. I didn't properly train for it. What the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, the last time I think you were training for a half marathon, your training wasn't ideal, right? So is that what you're talking about?
There was just wrong timing. I really love like that mountain race that I wanted you to do that I sponsor every year.
Yeah, yeah.
And it just so happened to be the same fucking weekend as my team retreat.
That's right. That's what it was last year.
And I didn't pay attention to the dates when I was booking it
Mhm.
because I get a free ticket. I'm donating again this year and I told her I can't run, but she said if I know anyone that wants to run, I can give them a ticket.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah.
Mandy might be didn't is Mandy gonna be doing that one?
I don't know if she is. I
Gotcha,
can ask her if she wants to.
gotcha. Cool, cool.
Yeah.
So speaking of like training and stuff though, so I've been really dialed in with my training for my half marathon, Beth, but also you've been fucking dialed in with your big prep cut, right?
Dude. Okay, I'm on week 3 right now, and I'll talk about my just experience with going to the AC/DC concert in
Yeah,
Boston.
yeah.
So we, planned this AC/DC thing last year. We bought tickets, and of course, like my cut, it was like 2 weeks in, and there's no fucking around with what I'm doing. It's not go on the weekend and get back on track on Monday type thing. It's like no, you need to be dialed in.
Yeah.
So I considered not going for a minute. I did. And then in my group chat with the girls that are doing this with me, they're like, that's pivot, bitch. You're the queen of pivot. They're like, you're not going to miss this. That they,
Yeah.
of course, talked me off the fucking ledge. So it's good to have a support system. Let's just talk about that too, right?
Absolutely, let's do that.
So they were like, "You're not missing this. You can do this. Just plan." And so I took a fucking breath and I planned all my meals for each day. I'm like, "Okay, how many is that?" 5 meals. And I chose to have 1 meal out. And actually Chat GPT really helped me in this
Yeah, you did a cool
situation.
little post about that.
I was like, "Okay, what can I eat out?" First, we were gonna eat at Texas Roadhouse, so had that all planned out. Turns out Texas Roadhouse was too far away from the hotel, we wouldn't have time, so I pivoted, and I'm like, "What can I have with this many amount of calories, macros, and all that carbs and fats?" And they gave me specifics, and then I also tweaked it a little bit more, but it took the decision of fatigue away from me being at that restaurant. So I already had that in my mind planned going in. It was already in my tracker. Like, this is how diligent I have to be
Mhm.
because I have specific amount of carbs that I should can't go over, not necessarily go under because you need as many carbs as you can get,
Right.
and I have to have a specific amount of fats because not enough fats that's not good for hormonal health, and then my protein. So I did it. I fucking did it. And it was the hardest thing. It was harder than doing the mini cut on the road to Florida
No kidding.
because I'm out of my element. I'm not in the car driving and just, I know what I'm doing. I go into the hotel. It's like this was a
You don't have your food
weekend.
prepared on standby for you, other than when you're at the hotel, right? So
Right. I did have food, but I also ate at Chick-fil-A and, I that was not like this.
about the first time, okay, I see, yes.
Right, right, like, I was really now I'm really tracking the fucking macros and all
Yeah.
that stuff, and food quality and all that. So, yeah, it's just being in Boston at a concert with other people. So it was not just me, it was Johnny's friend and their parents, and just in a different situation, like being at a concert, being out. Usually I have candy with me. It's like one of the things that as a sober person, I like to like have my Diet Coke and my candy at the concert, you know?
Okay, okay.
So I brought a protein bar.
Mhm. A little bit
Um,
candy, but it met your goals, so
yeah, and was it ideal? No, it sucked. Honestly, it was so uncomfortable, but fucking did it,
mhm.
and it just gives me a lot of respect for people that really they take this, bodybuilding. The ones that aren't dysmorphic and whatever about it. It's like their fucking job. It's like if you were training for a marathon, you would train still on the days you're
Right, like, why like,
away.
how I was super dialed in for that block of training for my half marathon,
Right.
you're also your goal is just different, but you're still fucking dialed in.
Yeah, yeah. I was hungry. I think that was a little bit difficult too. Being
Mhm.
hungry and, waiting for that next meal. And at one point I was like, I'm actually so hungry. I'm going to add a meal. I'm going to have a protein or a bowl of yogurt with fruit before my next meal. And it worked out. So yeah, I made it.
Yeah.
But it was like planning all the meals, planning the meal on the ride home, making sure when I got home, my meals were ready for me. So it
Mhm.
was like making sure everything was,
Now
you
yeah.
know,
Now, Beth, I know I wasn't, motivated all the time during my half marathon training. Have you been motivated for this cut that you're doing right now?
At first, I second guessed like, I'm like, "Is this even worth it?"
Yeah,
I actually asked myself that, and I was like, "Yeah, it is, bitch. Okay, so
yeah.
shut the fuck up." It's the first 2 weeks are the hardest, but
Mhm.
no, I mean, I'm not motivated all the time. I
Right.
never am really,
Yeah, I
but
wanted to kinda add that in about motivation, how we did these things even though we weren't motivated all the time because
right.
we were focused on the end goal, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
and my motivation is also doing this with my teammates and showing women in our age bracket that they can literally do anything they want to at any age,
Yeah.
and I just think a lot of women feel like they can't get to that next level, whatever that next level is for them. Like, this would be my next level because I've been
Mhm.
doing this for a while.
Mhm.
Like, you can do these things. It takes consistency and action, and is it hard? Fuck yeah. What I'm doing is probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my nutrition journey.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah.
So,
But you also, had that foundation to fall back on too. So
yeah.
you didn't just go straight to getting, like, super dialed in like this and going straight to tracking macros and packing your meals,
No.
right? If somebody was just starting out, that's not what we would be doing.
No, like, this is first off, we've been training for this for a year now. Do you know what I'm saying? So, we've been doing all the things all through the year. I've been intermittently like practicing tracking macros. Like I've never tracked macros.
Yeah.
I'm a protein and calories person.
Mhm.
So this is different for me.
Sure. Yeah, definitely different. I like what you said too about, having that support system, because
Yeah,
they were able to talk you out and get you refocused and and not to convince you, but they
right.
didn't let you co-sign your own bullshit. I think that's really important
Hmm.
in identifying a support system. Is a support system isn't somebody that's gonna just say that's just gonna be there for you
Right,
and co-sign your own bullshit. Be like, "Oh, you're not gonna work out today? That's okay. We can go that's
right.
get it tomorrow." Sometimes your support system needs to be able to call you out and
Yeah.
you accountable that
I
because
mean,
that's really what it comes down to.
I didn't wanna do it because I knew it was hard. It was
Yeah.
inconvenient, dude. Why would I wanna, like, inconvenient myself on a fucking trip to Boston during an AC/DC concert, you know? But it just so happens to be during this time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "I'm not fucking off right now." Like, this is totally doable if I actually take the time and plan, which I have.
Mhm.
So, that's really what it takes. You have to
Yes.
make that decision, like, are my actions aligning with my goals currently?
Mhm.
Or
Yep.
am I just being a fucking lazy bitch?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I was kind of a lazy bitch over the weekend, but I wasn't really that lazy though because it was Sunday morning and,
Mhm.
I'm outside of training right now for my half marathon, so my running motivation is a little kinda not there right now. I don't have
Right.
I'm still kind of just relaxing after my half. That was only 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start hitting it again next week, but I wanted to go on a run, and I
Mhm.
felt like I wanted to run. I knew it was what was good for me, but Sunday morning came and it was raining and it was cold and it
Mm.
was miserable outside, and I'm like, I don't want to go do this, right? I don't want to go for
Right.
this right now. I trained in all the elements
Right.
for the over the winter time in -6-degree snow and snowstorms and thunderstorms and things like that.
Yeah.
I did those hard things, and I didn't wanna do that that day. I was like, "I don't
Mhm.
no fucking reason to," but I still did something. I ran on
Mhm.
treadmill instead. I didn't run
Nice.
for 60 minutes like I wanted to, but
Right.
I ran almost 3 miles, which is
Yeah.
nothing.
I hear you on that, Matt. It's funny because, like you said, like when I used to run a lot, I've trained in all the elements. I ran a half marathon in like 20 below zero.
Mhm.
Now, sometimes I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking walk in this shit. Meanwhile, I was the person that did the crazy ass shit at like 5 in the morning, fucking 20 below, and it's blackout. I
Yeah.
mean, and it's just funny, like when you have that motivation for that specific goal, you will fucking do anything, and that's called priorities.
Yes. Exactly. That is a fucking
That is priorities, and that is the best example we probably could give you about that.
yeah. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. 2 very real use cases of
Yeah,
for sure. Uh,
yeah,
something is always better than nothing, and that's really what we want people to understand, and so I did it, and hey,
mhm,
felt good afterwards, even though that
yeah.
treadmill run sucked, I hated every fucking moment of it. I hated it. Like, it was not
Oh
fun.
god,
It
dude,
wasn't meant
treadmill
I was
fucking
not meant for
hamster wheel.
focus. Yeah, like, none of that, but I did the damn thing, and I'm happy and I'm proud that I did.
Hey, if you can run on the treadmill for more than a certain amount of time, you can do anything.
Right.
I ran fucking 9 miles on a treadmill once,
Yeah,
okay, to train for
yeah,
a race because it was the elements outside and was literally could not run in, like, ice.
mhm,
So that was fun.
yeah. I've been getting a lot of questions lately, like, "Does running on treadmill count?" And things like that, and it's like, "Yeah, of course
What?
it does."
What the
Like,
f why
where are we
wouldn't it
coming
count?
and I think we're gonna
What
talk a
is
lot about some of
happening?
this stuff here today, like, but we've really gone full circle with some of the stuff that's out there in fitness and
You
nutrition.
guys, it is so bad out there, and I feel like I say this all the time, but my For You page is out of I can do a total 8-minute reel on all the bullshit that I see
Yeah.
and just be like, "Look at that video." Everyone is doing the B-rolls with talking about their fucking cortisol.
Mhm.
I mean, wow. Wow. And here's my link. I feel like there's so many MLMs out there or companies disguised as not MLMs, but truly are. Because it's
They
out of
try to hide
control.
it really, really fucking
Yeah,
and
it
they do a good job
is
of hiding that they're an
it's
ML
pretty bad, especially that happy juice shit, that there's something about that, I don't know.
Happy Juice. What the fuck is Happy Juice? Is that fiber supplement or
Is that
something?
the
One that's like,
cortisol? It's like a cortisol lowering drink or something.
"Oh, my cortisol belly is gone with my Happy Juice."
Yeah,
That one?
something like that.
Yeah. No, I we've gone full circle, like, from where we were just a few years ago, like, in the
Yeah,
beginning of I would say the pandemic is when we were really fighting a lot of this stuff with misinformation and the cortisol and all
Mhm.
this bullshit with
Yeah.
supplements and skinny talk. Skinny talk is making a fucking
Oh,
resurgence.
what is happening
Yeah.
with that? What is
Honestly,
that?
I
There's like, oh,
this is my opinion where it's coming from. Now, this is just my opinion based off of experience working with clients and just being in social media and being a coach. But I think the skinny talk resurgence, so essentially
mhm,
thin as in everybody wanting to be as skinny as possible again, right? And it's giving diet culture again. I think it comes down to like the GLP-1s and everything that we have out there because they're so easily accessible and readily accessible for people. And so they're
mhm.
taking them and then we see these people then getting on social media and further perpetuating like the skinny talk myths and
Dude,
bullshit. All
the
the
GLP-1 situation is being way overused right now. I am truly frightened for the future of women, and their bone and muscle health in America.
the whole skin thin as in skinny look is being
It
glamorized
is
again.
I have been getting DMs from women asking me if they should take a GLP-1. They wanna take a GLP-1 to lose 10 pounds.
Fuck that. Like how many
Are
times
you
do you have to say?
fucking I'm like, "Are you out of your mind? Are you fucking out of your mind?
Mhm.
Come on, guys."
The problem
Mm.
is because I mean
That'll
while these
fuck you up forever then.
right. The problem is these are so easily accessible, these drugs now, because you can go to a compounding pharmacy and get them. You can get them online, like,
Well, the influencers are selling them,
the influencers are selling them, like, big time.
okay? I know, I
Um,
can name a few right now,
sure.
and I some of them I follow, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this shit? How can you sell a GLP-1?"
Yeah, be affiliated with
Or they're affiliated to where they get theirs, and they send the
right,
people
yeah,
to
they're
them
they're
kinda
likely
thing.
affiliated and earning money on that kickback
Ugh.
commission, right? Yeah. So I think because Ozempic is so easily accessible for everybody right now that
Yeah,
a lot of people are taking it for sure, and and you can tell usually the influencers that are taking it, they have a certain look, right? And that's where
yeah.
that skinny talk is coming from because they're just skinny. That's what it is. They're skinny. They're
Mhm.
not lean. They're not
Right.
toned. They don't have the body composition that we're talking about being healthy, which means having more muscle, being stronger, because they're not doing the things that it take
Yeah,
that are required to have the strong, healthy body. So they're
yeah.
crash dieting just like they have for all these decades, and they're just perpetuating the cycle, and they're just finding new ways to be skinny again. It's like fucking 90s, 80s Weight Watchers all over
Oh
again.
god, it's fucking
Bullshit.
wild. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
It's
literally just hashtag skinny talk. You open it up and it's just diet culture from the
oh
90s.
my god. I'm becoming so unhinged in my reels right now because I am just done, Matt.
Mhm.
It's out of control. Like, people need to wake the fuck up.
Have we learned
And
nothing?
I mean, I just don't care anymore. I don't care. I'm just saying what I think. Like, I'm done
Mhm.
trying to make sure I'm not gonna piss somebody off.
Yeah,
That's ugh.
I
And
agree.
there's a new thing, like a calorie deficit doesn't work for fat loss. There's that new thing going around too.
Again, that's back,
Yeah. Mhm.
but the GLP one probably does, right? Even though
Right, and then, your peptides, which is
peptides, we
supposed to
need to
be
talk
li
about peptides.
like a GLP-1, is that what this is about? Can you wanna explain that? Because I've been seeing
Yeah.
that shit everywhere, fucking peptides.
Yes. So peptides are a short chain of amino acid that can be taken in supplement form. So that's really what we're seeing a lot of right now. So peptides are a thing, right? They are an amino acid. So it's not like it's bullshit, but the
Mhm,
benefits and the claims people are making, as always, are sensationalized and largely bullshit. And the research that we
mhm,
have on a lot of the peptides that are available over the counter supplements are, or even on in a medical situation are done on rodents, and so we still don't have human control studies on these
mm,
things, but they're often sold as powders or pills,
mhm,
and the claim people are saying, influencers are saying, your body's going to absorb these better than regular protein. Is what a lot of people are is what I'm hearing, and I only started this only got brought to my attention within the last week or so because we had some clients in our group chat like, hey, what's up? Have you seen these about peptides? And they gave me a few examples, and I'm like, we're back,
breathe.
back. Yeah, breathe.
It's
And
back.
they linked me one. I'm like, can you give me an example? And it's a
Mhm.
fucking MLM, multi-level marketing company.
Oh, fuck them. I
Is what
wanna
it is.
take all those people down too.
So we're seeing
Um,
this in terms of like collagen peptides, creatine peptides, and things like that.
Creatine peptides, give me a fucking break, people.
Now, the reason why that these peptides are becoming so popular right now is because GLP-1s are a peptide.
Mhm.
So
Right.
GLP-1 stands for glucagon-like peptide 1. So that's a
Mm.
peptide hormone that plays a crucial role in regulating our blood sugar levels, right? Which is why diabetics get prescribed GLP-1s.
Mhm.
It helps with insulin secretion and energy homeostasis, so energy balance,
Mhm.
right? We know these things, but
Right.
as GLP-1 is a peptide, people are like, "Hey, we can just start selling peptides and it'll do the same fucking thing."
Got it.
Not how that fucking works, guys.
No.
Not how that works. Your
No.
your peptide supplements that you're taking from your influencer, that's a powder or a pill or a drink, that's not a
Yeah.
fucking GLP-1 drug, okay? That's not Wegovy, that's not semaglutide, that's not tirzepatide, it's not Mounjaro, okay?
Mhm.
It's one that I looked up, Beth. It's called Night Shred GLP-1. Rapidly boost GLP-1 production naturally while achieving the deepest sleep imaginable.
Night shred.
Only $70 for a single purchase. Night Shred GLP-1. I shouldn't have just
Jesus.
please don't go look this product up. I shouldn't have even fucking said the product name, but that's one of them, okay? And it's just bullshit. Like, you see GLP-1 being plastered all over everything, peptides, because people know that GLP-1 I think people are
Mm.
realizing that GLP-1, is a type of peptide, it's a hormone. So marketing, right? The
I
supplement
am so fucking disgusted right now, honestly, with this whole diet culture. I'm really fucking just over it, Matt. I feel like we have been just not only just us, but there's so many of us on the internet that have been talking about scientific evidence-based nutrition and everything to do with health and wellness, and I feel like no one hears it. I
Yes.
know they do. I know they
We
do. I know a
know
lot of
yeah,
people
right.
do. But I feel like when is it going to make a dent on this fucking war on diet culture?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm
Hon
saying?
honestly, Beth, like, I hate to say it, but
That's what I have. I have
it's
size.
yeah, that big ol' sigh, like, it's almost a losing battle, but it's a battle that needs to be done regardless. But at the end of
Yeah,
the day,
true.
we are making an impact, and we do make an impact. I mean, our
Oh, I
listeners,
know.
our followers, our clients,
Oh, I
those
know.
people are listening, right? We know that, but
Mhm.
on the large scale of things,
Yeah.
until it needs to be better regulation. It needs to come from the FDA actually enforcing the regulations and things like that. And we know that's not going to happen, especially
Yeah.
with our current administration and everything. Because that's the problem too. And again, this isn't political, but a lot of the people that are promoting these peptides and all these other things, like it's very direct in alignment with a lot of like the Maha stuff that make health.
Yeah.
If
It
you've
really
noticed, a
is.
lot of the influencers that are very pro, like some of that stuff, they're also promoting peptides and things like that.
Yeah.
And it just continues the whole thing is like grifters gonna grift. People, snake oil salesmen are gonna continue to find ways to make money off of gullible people is really what it comes down to.
Yeah. Sad.
Yeah, until they're I don't know. When it comes to diet culture, I don't know what the right answer is. I guess just continue to do what we're doing and try our
Mhm.
fucking best. Try to get through to women and to young women, especially when it comes to
Mhm.
things like skinny talk, and that's really what it comes down to is like starting our children early and teaching them what a balanced approach to nutrition, exercise, and
Mhm.
everything looks like, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's challenging because every time a new supplement comes out, we see this come out, and these aren't new supplements; they're just being really sensationalized right now,
Mhm.
and we have to spend months convincing people that you'd be better off burning your money than buying these
Yeah.
supplements a lot of the time.
Anytime you see someone say, "Fucking comment this word so I can give you my protocol like a fucking supplement," immediately red flag.
Mhm. Mhm.
Immediate red fucking flag, okay? If they're not talking in their video and they just have words and they're just showing their body parts before and after, fucking scroll,
I agree. What is that called?
okay?
Body checking. Their they're
Fucking scroll.
body checking, and they're trying to use their body to sell, like, something.
Yeah, like, come
And
on,
I don't
guys.
like, I don't like that. It's
That's
we're
fucking ridiculous.
like, why
That just
they're
tells
gonna
me
sell
they're
you
trying
your
to sell
body.
you something.
Yeah, they're gonna sell you their body is what they're doing right now by doing it.
Right,
And as we know, everybody's body is different, and
right.
you can't just buy this supplement or do
Mhm.
this routine and then have the body of
Yeah.
your favorite influencer.
Let's talk about Janelle Roner for a
Sure,
second,
let's do
okay?
that. Yeah.
So, fucking A.
Yep.
I'm actually mutually friends with her. I like
Same.
her on the level of like food, and I think I don't mind her. I don't know.
I'm a mutual with her on TikTok.
I see her as a person that was struggling with diet culture and probably still is.
Absolutely still.
Um, she is a good person. She just monetized her following like most creators have done,
Like
you
most
know?
like influencers do. Yeah.
Like she was probably given a lot of diamonds, shiny fucking she did not get famous for being a nutrition coach or what. I don't know exactly what she's doing.
She
She did
got
not
famous
get
for being the keto
for
girl.
she got famous for making keto fucking food and saying bussin'. So y'all are following someone that started in 2020 saying bussin' and shit, making pickle fucking cheese sandwiches. And now you're buying her whatever she's doing and expecting it to be fucking top notch and her not to have not said that she was on a GLP-1.
Yeah, so for anybody that doesn't, know, I'm sure everybody probably does. We both made videos
Right.
discussing it. It's been all over social media.
Some
Uh,
people don't really know her at all.
yeah,
So,
so context here, Janelle Roner, she keto influencer that blew up during the she pretty much she came up with, like, me and Beth, like, with us,
mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Um, so we saw this happening. Now she's got 5.2 million followers. It wasn't like that
Yeah.
back then, but
No.
I remember I've actually stitched and duetted some of her videos before. Like, guys, like, you don't need to do this. This is bullshit. Keto's bullshit,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. And um,
And then she made that transformation from going keto to a normal macro counting strength training. Like she
yep.
started doing
And,
normal
and at first I
things
was
that
like,
we
you know what?
teach.
I love this. This is like growth, right? I
Yeah.
was excited. I was like,
Totally. I was like, fucking
realized
cool.
keto wasn't sustainable for her.
Yeah.
She's doing this macro approach, but unfortunately, like, she became also a macro coach overnight too. So
Right.
that rubbed me the wrong way when I first saw
That
that.
was a little odd.
Yeah, right. Somebody that was just diehard keto is now a macro coach overnight. So that's red flag
Right.
right there, right?
Yeah.
But still, I didn't like whatever, people learn,
Yeah.
people grow. I'm not gonna hold that against her,
Right. Right.
But then, here's a couple of years later now, she just let it be known that she's been taking a GLP-1 for better part of a year or something.
And
Like,
I noticed that I was like, God, she's getting really
really skinny.
ripped, like holy shit. And I just scroll and I just let it go. I don't get my like if it's some like I don't need to get involved in other people's shit. All
Yeah.
right, scroll, and then this came out, and I'm like, oh,
She's like, "Oh,
okay,
that makes."
that makes sense. But you know, who am I to ask why?
Right. That's none of our business. Like, for sure. And then social media, she made a video because people were asking her, like, are you taking Ozempic? And finally she
Hmm.
came out and she made a video. And the way she went about making the video, people
It's
that
like
one
watch my YouTube.
yeah, she made a video on like TikTok and Instagram, go watch my YouTube, which was clearly just a way for her to drive traffic to her YouTube.
Right, right,
So you're disingenuous right there,
yeah,
So she made that video like, yes, I have been taking this for X amount of time, and so people were pissed, and whether they're right or wrong to be pissed, that's not for up to me to decide, but, a lot of
yeah,
people were pissed because they felt deceived because they're like, "You are selling a macro plan and this image and this illusion and this lifestyle. Well, now it comes out that you're taking this weight loss drug." And everybody's like, "We wouldn't have cared if you were taking it if you would have just told us." Right?
yeah. Which
Because they
also, you need the lifestyle, the strength training, with or without the weight loss drug.
right.
So it was just working quicker for her and made her more consistent with whatever. If she wasn't consistent, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know
Um,
she said that, her and her therapist and her doctor, this was a team decision and for like, there was mental health and there are mental health benefits to it for sure.
yeah, I think she may have struggled with binge eating.
Yeah.
Like, so it could have been something for that, which that's legitimate.
Right.
Like also, it's not about the size you are. Also, you can be unhealthy being underweight.
That's
There's,
exactly our point with like skinny talk. This obsession with being skin and thin is in
you
like,
know,
that's not healthy.
she could have had an incessant amount of food noise. We don't know her situation. I'm not going to try to guess.
Yes.
Should have she have been transparent? Of course. But does it surprise you?
No, not the
That's what
least
I'm
bit.
talking about. It's like you guys need to stop taking advice from fucking influencers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt and I were not
I
influencers.
hate
You
influencers.
fucking labeled us that way.
Yes.
You
We are
you gave
coaches.
us that label. We came on here as coaches and we're still coaches. We're nothing more.
Yes.
Okay, nothing less.
Yes.
We're fucking coaches, first and foremost. Why don't you take advice from an actual fucking coach rather than an influencer that has made fucking pickle cheese sandwiches, okay, and is now selling macro plans without a coaching experience in her fucking life?
Right.
Let that sink in, guys.
The experience was she had lost a bunch of weight with keto and then with
Mhm.
macros, and that's that. Like just because somebody loses weight doing something does not make them qualified to help others do that same
Right.
thing.
Stop letting someone's body be your reason to start their plan,
Our bodies are not business cards.
you know?
I'm sorry, but they're not. And
Exactly. Why do you
that's
think that me and Matt don't tramps around and fucking, like, have you ever seen me wear a fucking crop top and fucking shorts or any of that shit on here? No,
right
not on here, but on my videos,
on your social. Yeah,
Maybe when I'm in the bodybuilding fucking era,
yeah, right.
I may.
Hmm.
But other than that,
But you're not doing all your like you're not sitting there selling your body and trying to get them to
no, I'm not gonna be like, come to Team BFF so you can look like this,
yeah.
yo. No, because what I'm doing is not gonna last. So I may just be like flaunting around for fucking 3 months and then that's it. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Whatever.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. So we need to start following actual h- professionals, people
Mhm.
with credentials, people with experience,
People that
certification,
actually work with other people.
who actually work with people and don't just sell meal plans and macro plans. I'm sorry, but if any of our friends, if anybody's listening, that's like that sells macro plans. I'm sorry, but like
That's
that's
kind of BS.
yes,
That's
I,
not coaching.
yes. It's not coaching. Giving somebody a macro plan is not coaching. It's just
No.
the equivalent of giving somebody a meal plan.
And you're paying for what you get.
Yes.
$200 is you think is a lot, but it's actually not.
No. For coaching, that doesn't even scratch the
No, that's not even the tip of the iceberg. So,
yeah, and there's a
yeah.
reason for that because real coaching, first of all, you're paying for people's experience and education,
Mhm.
and then you're also paying for their time and for them helping you work very closely with you, what hands-on, one-on-one,
Yeah.
and that's not happening in a meal plan. That's not happening in a
Right.
pro plan for
Yeah.
$200 from an influencer.
You probably don't even get to talk to a human.
Right. Where's the coaching? That doesn't
So,
teach you anything. So we're following influencers and doing the things that they're doing because we want the results that they get. But look at the influencers that we're following doing it. They're still struggling with diet culture and yo-yo dieting.
mhm.
This is nothing against Janelle, but she went from keto to macros to being on a GLP-1. Okay. Um, that should be a red flag that somebody that started in keto is now made this complete transformation and is now selling you something else. Because even when she was a keto influencer, she was selling keto recipes, keto
Oh,
cookbooks.
I'm sure. Yeah.
She was. I looked back and she's still on her website. You can still buy that shit.
Mhm. Oh my
um,
god.
yeah. And then when I see her become a macro coach overnight, it's like, okay, well, my radar went off. Like, okay, so this is
My radar.
Th this is the
Yeah.
latest cash grab, essentially
Yeah.
what I see and what I think.
Yeah.
We gotta separate influencers from coaches. I don't know many coaches that have 5.2 million followers, Beth.
No, me neither.
Jordan Sayat just reached 1 million and
Oh
he's
god,
got
he's been on Instagram since fucking
10 plus
2000,
years.
like, 15 or some shit.
Right,
That's a hard reach for
right. And
really good
you just hit
influencers.
500K after 5 years,
Oh my god, yeah, that was
The
a fucking
your
milestone.
growth is gonna be really fucking hard for you going forward because
Oh yeah,
just like with weight loss, the further into it you get, the harder it becomes. So,
absolutely. I lose more than I gain most of the time.
yeah.
The more you have, the more you lose.
Well, just
But
because
then
somebody has a
also,
big following doesn't
it
mean
doesn't
that
mean shit. Doesn't
doesn't
mean
mean
shit.
that. Exactly. Exactly.
Except if it's me and Matt.
Well, I don't have a big following really, I guess. So, I mean, on TikTok I
You
do.
do on TikTok.
TikTok,
You're almost at half a mil there.
yeah. I'm
That's a
trying to get
lot.
back into the TikTok game. I'm trying to I'm really
I've been
being
having fun there. I'm just having fun right now. I'm just doing my thing and I'm not taking it. No, I am taking it serious, but I'm just making content that I feel like is important to me right now. I guess that's what,
Mhm.
I want people to understand that you're not going to buy your way in a supplement into your health and all that shit.
Supplement your way to good
Using
health.
their hormones as a fucking excuse, the victim
Yeah.
mentality.
That's why
So
I'm
many
really
victims.
yeah, the victimhood mentality.
Oh, dude.
Can you give me an example, like something that you've seen? I mean, it's all over, and that's part of the reason why I'm starting to reprioritize TikTok is because I know that's where the breeding grounds are for this
Oh,
stuff.
Oh, yeah. Skinny
Uh,
talk, yeah.
and when I was looking up some Skinny Talk stuff before this call, before we started recording, it says 9 out of 10 girls follow social media accounts that make them feel less beautiful, and more than half
Mhm,
say they can't measure up to the beauty standards they see online, right? It's because we're following
mhm.
influencers. It's because we're following the Kardashians. It's because we're following
Yeah.
people that are doing unrealistic shit to
Mhm.
get results. So we're comparing ourselves. It goes back to the comparison syndrome. We're comparing
Yeah.
ourselves to these influencers that's their job. That's their entire fucking
Mhm.
life is to have a six pack and to be shredded, be
Yeah.
really lean.
Yeah.
Okay. You find it?
Let's see. Oh, yeah. Well, like the video I stitched today, it's like so tired of the condescending attitude in the fitness industry.
Yep.
Hormones play a huge role in weight, and lots of people are struggling.
Of course hormones play a factor, but that's not why you're not losing weight.
Like hormones don't make you gain or lose weight. It's what they do. They cause you to either be not hungry or super hungry.
Mhm.
That's where the calories come in. And I think people get really confused because dysregulated hormones can make you crave a lot. Like if you're not sleeping, you're going to be more hungry. There's certain other things that make you not eat as well. Like maybe you're super stressed. Sometimes people don't like your make cortisol, right? Maybe you're not eating.
Mhm.
I don't eat when I'm stressed.
Right, and that makes it worse. That makes your hunger
Yes.
that makes your hunger worse. So,
So
the
hormones,
hormones that you're
they play
combating
a factor in symptoms and things like that, but they don't play a factor in whether you gain or lose fat from the calorie situation.
and the way that you get control of these hormones is not by taking supplements,
Right.
it's by
Boring
figuring
basic.
out how to get it. Yeah, the boring basic shit. Improve your sleep quality, improve your diet, improve your exercise, improve your daily
Mhm.
habits. We know that people that undereat, they typically and that leads to having hormonal problems. So, when we feed them more calories, guess what happens to their hormonal issues? They usually correct
Mm.
themselves, right? They and I don't like to say correct themselves because your hormones aren't broken or unbalanced, right?
Right.
Because that's the other thing is
They're
your
consistently
hormones aren't
fluctuating. You
balanced.
can never balance them. So
Your
stop saying
hormones are something that are
you're
balanced,
trying to
okay, guys?
balance your hormones, okay? That's not a thing. So
Right.
when you see a hormone balancing coach, immediate red
Immediate
flag.
red flag. They're gonna be selling you some lab work. They're gonna be selling you all kinds of makeups, and then they're gonna be selling you the solutions
Mhm.
because of what their blood work said or whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's another thing that I'm seeing, Beth, is like coaches doing blood work consultations. And
Dude, what is
it's
this?
like, what the fuck is going on here?
I don't know.
We're not endocrinologists. Like, what the fuck are you trying to do
Looking
here?
at labs and shit.
Yeah. No, fuck that. Fuck that. You're a fucking health coach.
Oh
Okay?
my god,
Know your
dude. Yeah.
role. Know your scope of practice and stay within it. I can't believe we have to say these things.
Right. I can't believe we have to say any of this shit.
Mhm. Mhm. But if you wanna balance your hormones, guys. If you're hungry and your ghrelin hormone, well, you can get a good night's sleep, and that will help you regulate your cortisol and your ghrelin. Okay?
Mhm.
You
That's why we
can
talk about sleep
you can eat
and
sufficient
how
food.
important it is, guys, for so many reasons.
Sleep really is
Appetite control, one of them, okay?
mhm. Stress management. Appetite control is a huge one. Absolutely.
Yes, it's a massive.
Mhm. 9 times out of 10, if a client is struggling with overeating and stress eating,
Excessive hunger.
like that, obsessively being hungry and things like that, it's because their sleep quality isn't very good.
Mhm.
They're not sleeping enough, they're not eating enough. Those are usually the 2 biggest
Yeah,
culprits.
and that happened to me just the other day in Boston, and that's why I was extremely hungry on Sundays because shitty sleep Saturday night.
Mm,
And I was already in a calorie deficit, and so it seemed a lot worse,
mhm, mhm. Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
Yeah, you gotta get that sleep, guys.
Sleep is important. So going back to kind of skinny talk here, I want to keep talking about this. So skinny talk is a growing corner of TikTok where some creators focus heavily on achieving and maintain extreme thinness, often sharing restrictive eating routines, what I eat in a day videos, and body focused content. Okay, so
Mm,
those are two kind of red flags. Those what, and I'm not inherently against what I eat in a day videos, but I think they can be problematic, and a lot of the times they are. I
mhm.
post what I eat in a day, but it's like I'm not saying, "Hey, here's what I eat in a day
You
to
don't come up with a
Reddit and be like,
fucking in a
yeah." I'm like, "Here's what I eat in a
Speedo.
month later that doesn't track calories. Fucking like it or not, I don't care."
You fucking walk up in a Speedo with your fucking breakfast.
Yes.
What I eat in a day, Matt Vandelar fit.
So some common types of skinny talk content to be aware of are those what I eat in a day videos that are featuring very limited meals presented as ideal,
Mhm.
motivational posts that tie fitness to happiness. 10 pounds, you'll be happy again or successful
Mhm.
or gain your confidence back once you lose this 15 pounds. That's
Yep.
diet culture. That's skinny talk. Tips framed as life hacks for avoiding food or eating as little as possible, right? That's something that I've
Mhm.
seeing a lot of how to curb your appetite, how to curb
Yeah.
your hunger. Well, if you have a craving, the best way to cure that craving is to honor the fucking craving and eat
Mhm.
the thing. Not denial, not restriction.
Right. Yep.
Absolute crazy. So that's why it's important to, have these conversations like we're having right now with each other, with
Mhm.
other people to
Yeah.
raise awareness to these type of things and start using more body positive language. And I know body positivity has got a negative rap, but we need to be more positive when we're talking about our bodies, period, because
Mhm.
that's where diet culture thrives. That's where things like skinny talk and being marketed from MLM supplements, that's where they fucking thrive is by
Yeah.
us hating our bodies, by us being unhappy with our bodies and constantly wanting to
Yeah.
change our bodies to be happy. And there's nothing wrong with changing our bodies, right, Beth?
No.
It's why we're changing them that matters.
Exactly. Exactly.
If we're changing our body because we want to be as skinny as possible,
We hate ourselves.
we hate our
Can't
body, we hate our cellulite, our rolls, whatever. That's a toxic approach to it, and that's going to give you an unhealthy relationship with it,
yeah.
and
You
it's
can't
gonna
hate yourself smaller.
once you start appreciating your body and giving yourself grace and compassion, love and respect, amazing things usually happen with our body.
Mhm.
I don't know of a single client that has ever been successful because they hated their body.
Right.
So that's like a lot of what we do with our clients, right? Is that inner work, the mental work, the mindset work is reframing our thoughts, changing
Mhm.
our shoulds, right? The should behaviors, talking about shoulding ourselves,
Yeah.
and the what ifs and the all or nothing thinking and all these type of things. The things that we talk about being so imperative, but
Mhm.
start addressing those things and start actually like, hey, I might not like all things about my body, but I do like some things about my body. Here's what I like about it. It's strong. I'm beautiful. I'm fucking whatever. Focusing on what you can do instead of what you can't do. Because once you start focusing
Exactly.
on those negatives, all those things that you're not good enough at, the things that you can't do, that's where the supplements come in and start creeping in because they're very
Mhm.
persuasive with their marketing and their language because they're doing
Yeah.
things like the body checks with their with their videos, their what
Yeah.
I eat in a day videos look like me and things like that. And it's all emotional. They're playing on your emotions and they're playing you for a fucking fiddle and they've been doing it for your entire life for a lot of people.
Mhm.
Just being repackaged and remarketed.
Yep. Absolutely.
Absolutely. What else are you seeing on your end of the internet, in your corner of the internet?
Exactly everything we've been talking about and what I've been talking about recently and is all those fucking cortisol videos, the MLMs,
Mhm.
the victim mentality, the thousands of fucking comments on these videos that are like happy juice and it's literally frightening. Like I went through a video yesterday that had 8,000 comments for her product.
For the happy juice.
I don't know
Just a
exactly
product.
what it was. It was a product. I have them all
8,000.
say,
If only
dude,
if
eight
only 5%
fucking
of those
thousand,
people
dude.
buy
And
her product.
she had like barely any likes, right? Like 8,000 of those. That's what gets the video going, is all the comments.
Comments.
That's what they do.
Likes don't actually do anything for video. I mean, they
No,
help.
it's the comments that make them the video because that means people are engaging in the content. So that's a lot of the reason why they say comment this in
Comment
the,
this word, which
and
let me just go out and I fucking I agree with what you're saying with saying commenting the keyword, and I hate how it's being abused
yeah,
because it leaves people like me that actually use that as a legit strategy. You're interested in getting some help with my coaching? Comment fucking coaching below, and I'll send you a message. It's gonna be me
yeah,
sending a message, but then we have these assholes, like you said,
right.
that are doing the automations
And
that are
which are
failing
a
you.
lot. And that,
Yeah,
like I said, it's taking the people that are actually doing it legitimately, but which there aren't, they're few and far between. And people are getting pissed off at it
yeah,
in general.
yeah,
So
yeah. Ruining a good thing, ruining it for everybody.
yeah, that's what people do.
It's true.
I mean, they do. They take something and they fucking like
Take something,
GLP-1.
run
That's
with
like
it,
a
and hide it
miracle
under the
thing.
ground.
And then now everyone's fucking taking it when they need to lose 5 pounds. And then they're going to wonder why they fucking can't afford it anymore. Then they gain 100 million pounds back. Their hunger is dysregulated and they're all fucked up. No muscle, no bone.
Same thing that people did in with the HCG diet, right? Like,
Yeah.
that was a big one, in the '90s with
Oh my God.
all these fucking crash diets. They're just
Right.
repurposed all they're doing is crashing you, making you eat low calories. That's what
Yep.
they're doing, putting you on low calories. You're not eating enough protein, and you're going to shrivel away and shrink into nothing.
Yeah. Shrivel away and shrink into nothing.
Shrivel away, shrink into nothing.
Basically.
And how are we tired yet of trying to just be as small as possible and take up as little space as possible and as skinny as possible, right? Like,
Right.
doesn't somebody want to be like a strong badass bitch?
I know,
Perhaps.
right?
I know. I love our clients love being strong badass bitches.
Yeah.
I know yours do too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, why do we want to be skinny?
I wouldn't be doing this bodybuilding thing if I didn't think I was a strong badass bitch in the first place, like
Yeah,
muscle wise, strength wise.
if you've done the work.
I've been becoming a strong ass bitch for a while.
Because if we cut down, right? If we haven't given years into strength training, at least a few years, and you try cutting down, like you're cutting down to what? Your
Yeah.
skeleton. You're
So
gonna cut
people don't
down.
understand is that you need to, if you want a shredded toned look, which is muscle. It's
Mhm.
muscle.
Muscle.
You need to build muscle. That's why when people are like, "Well, I lost all this weight and I just don't see a difference." That's because
You lost a bunch of weight because you're under muscled, so now you're
you're
just
under
a
muscled and you're just a smaller version of your other self.
smaller version of your
Which is
body
basically now
composition.
skinny fat,
Skinny fat.
which is
Yes.
the actual term for it. And I don't like that term so much, but it's the right term for it.
It's yeah. You don't have any definition. You still got that belly, right? Even though you're
Yeah.
skinny, you still got that belly. That's the thing.
Mhm.
Being skinny can be unhealthy too. You can be diabetic. You can get type 2 diabetes being skinny, actually, because
Yeah.
your body composition just sucks because you're under muscled and you have too
That's
much.
what I was saying about the you can have a ton of visceral fat too being skinny.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, we see it especially in people that are drinkers and things like that, right?
Yeah. I can
Like,
tell a drinker a mile away. And it's
yeah, they're skinny
unfortunate
fat.
though.
It's skinny fat.
It's usually women with really big bellies and a really red face,
Mhm.
and the rest of the body is smaller.
Mhm.
It's sad. It's just like alcoholism, actually. A lot where I live,
Oh, yeah.
for sure. Yeah, a lot of people drink here.
I mean, that makes sense, I think.
There's not a lot to do.
More rural, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, if you don't want to be a smaller version of your current body composition, you've got to have a
Mhm.
base of a foundation of muscle and strength to show when you cut down to nothing.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you're gonna be skin, and bones, and some fat, and
Yep.
I don't think anybody wants that. Your health doesn't want it, that's for sure.
For sure.
Faux show, faux show.
Faux show. Faux show.
Um, I wanted to talk also, shout out Cure Nutrition really quickly because
Mhm.
they're doing a special for all of Q2 for our listeners for subscriptions actually. So this is for like any of their products actually. If you subscribe to any of their products right now, you can get 20% off of subscriptions, which is really cool. So 20% if you subscribe to any of their products, that's just like, hey, I'm going to subscribe to the Flow gummies, which I love. And I'm going to get that. Just show it up every month. If you know you're going to want it every month, why not subscribe? Save
Mhm.
20%. And then you can also bundle those up too. So if you want to bundle like the Serenity gummies or the Flow gummies, you can
Mhm.
bundle that and then you can save 10% off of the bundles. So 20% off for subscription, 10% for the bundle. And with our code stacks on top of that to get an additional
Deal.
20 fucking percent off. Insane.
Insane.
Absolutely insane. So that's for Cure Nutrition for any other products. Our personal favorites are the Flow gummies and Serenity gummies, which I'm still
Mhm.
taking Flow almost every single day. I'm taking Flow a
Dude.
few times a
Yeah.
week. Yeah,
Yeah. I missed my Serenity gummies when I went to Florida. I didn't bring enough, and I was
mhm.
fucking
You
bummed.
ran out
I'm
like
so
right
glad.
when I was getting there, I think.
Yeah, right in the beginning. I don't know what I had a whole bag here too, and I accidentally left it.
Got it. So you got your supply going again.
Yeah.
Good. How are you
Yes.
liking it?
It helps me relax at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I just love the flow. I take them every day.
Hmm.
My
Hmm.
I call 'em my PR gummies.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
telling you, for sure.
I mean, my best workouts recently have been with taking Flow gummies. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is a good episode. I really hope that if you heard something in this episode when it comes to diet culture with the skinny stuff, with the peptides, and you found it helpful, share it with a friend because I think that's one of the best things that we can do right now to
Mhm.
combat the spread of just harmful information about being
Yeah.
small as possible and skinny this and skinny that. No, we want to be strong. We want to be healthy. Okay. And if you want to lose
Mhm.
weight, absolutely, you can do that. Let's look at body composition changes. So if you're hearing these things and like share it with a friend, share a podcast with a friend because
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why this stuff is so popular is because people share it,
Mhm.
right? Because it goes viral. So the
Yeah.
only way for us to combat that is to fight fire with fire. So we need you guys to share
Mhm.
our stuff too.
I what there's someone
Fight
who
fire with
what
fire,
I was gonna say,
Metallica,
"Who sings
baby.
that?" I was like,
Fucking
"Fight
Metallica.
Fire, that's Metallica." How did
Yeah.
Of course. I immediately went to Fight Fire in my brain.
Yes,
The
yes,
fucking old school Metallica that was.
for sure, for sure.
That's hilarious.
I think, I'm gonna do a 5K this weekend, actually.
Are you
Yeah,
fun?
my dad asked me. I was like, "Well, my
Oh,
dad's asking me." Absolutely. It's like a benefit, I think, for heart disease or something like
okay.
that, which is
Nice.
really cool. So I'm happy. I'm excited to do that. I'll probably I don't know. I'll probably just go there and run hard and run and have fun and see what.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
funny
hell
because
yeah.
my last 5K was the day after Thanksgiving, which was also like 2 weeks after I had done a half marathon or a big
Oh, yeah.
race. And that's when I set a PR. So I'm excited. I think
Yeah.
to see what I can do with my 5K, because that's actually one thing that I'm gonna be doing next for my next training
Mhm.
block, is I'm gonna be doing some time spending getting faster on 5K. 'Cause
Nice.
I haven't this whole time I've been training for the last year plus, I haven't really
Mhm.
been doing intentional speed work. I've been working on endurance and things like that.
And length.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And sure, I've gotten
Mhm.
faster during that time, but it's been as a side product of my fitness just improving. I haven't done a
Yeah.
lot of speed work. So, I'm gonna use this race as a kind of a threshold to see where I'm at with my 5K speed, and then use that to come back to after I do a block of training of programming to see how much I improved essentially.
Nice.
So, and that's really what we talk about a lot, right? Is we do a
Mhm.
block, we make progress, and we come back to it later to see how much progress we made
Yeah.
kind of thing. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Fun. Especially with my dad saying, like, "I'm gonna do it." I'm like, "Hell yeah."
Right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, guess
That's
what?
awesome. What?
Mama and dad Vanderlar are gonna be getting back in the gym. I'm gonna start,
That's awesome.
yes. So, it's come full circle for me too, because that's kinda how I got
That's
started
how
with
you started, yeah.
personal training was with my dad, 2015. And now my mom is wanting to get involved, and I'm really excited to help my mom get stronger. And she might probably even listen to this podcast. So hi, mom. She's a lot of the times when I post videos about diet culture and things and struggling, she's like, "Yeah, I struggle. Like, yeah, Matt, when you were growing up, like this and this and this, like I definitely
Right.
did these things." So my mom is a typical person that we're
Yeah.
talking to, really. She's done things like taking the electrolytes and the BCAAs recently. I'm like,
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
yeah, I'm like, Mom, what are you doing? No.
Right?
So we're gonna be probably getting in the gym like 1 or 2 days a week. That's
Hell
it.
yeah.
And start strength training. Uh,
Go Vandelar family.
yeah, she's got, grandkid at home that she's raising
Yeah.
right now, little Iris. So she needs to be in tip-top shape, healthy,
Yeah.
mobile, chasing her around.
Right?
So, that's her motivating factor right now is
Oh, that's
my
awesome.
little niece, and that's a good motivating factor. We wanna be
Hell
strong,
yeah.
healthy for our children, for our
Yeah.
grandchildren, to be good role models for them, to be present for them.
Yeah.
So I'm super pumped to help my mom get healthy and
That's
strong.
exciting.
Yeah, for
That
sure.
is exciting. Yes. Love
What do you have
that.
what do you have coming up, Nerdle? Anything good?
I am just in this prep phase, Matt.
Yeah,
So that's all what I'm all in on. And I'm just glad to have nothing going on till San Diego.
I bet.
So I'm
Well,
gonna be home. I'm gonna be home for the next few months.
good, good.
Yeah.
You need it. You deserve it. It's gonna
Hmm.
go for you.
My office is set up, had 2 workouts in here already. So I am excited.
That's awesome. Have you done a lot of videos
It's
of the new gym yet?
not really, no.
No? You've been just enjoying it
Um,
for yourself, really?
I've just been acclimating to it and just I've been really busy since I've been back. So I'm
Mhm.
gonna start to have some more time off here and I'll probably start making more videos in the new little gym area. But
Cool.
I'm probably going to work out here 2 times and at Planet Fitness 2 times because I do notice, and I know this about me, is that I get very sidetracked in my own space.
Yes, that's one of the big reasons why I don't use my home gym as much.
So I need to make sure that I get 2 days out of here because I
Yeah.
really do. My workouts take too
Too
long.
tempting because your
I end up
workspace is right
working.
there. Yes.
It's easy. I start making videos and then, and with the ADHD, it could an hour can go by and I'm like, "Oh, fuck. I
Yeah.
have a meeting in 15 minutes and I didn't finish
I
my
did do my
workout."
workout.
Do you know
Whoops.
what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
can't do that. I can't do that. And this happened when I had this stuff downstairs. But at
Yeah.
least I have it here. I could it's, I'm going to
That's
use
a
it
question
twice
I
a
get a
week.
lot as a coach is like, "I've got all this stuff at home. Does it matter where I work out?"
It
And
depends. You
it
got to know
depends,
yourself.
right? And I'm like, "Well, for me personally, I've got a kick-ass home gym in my garage. I never use it.
Mhm.
If I relied
Right.
on using that solely for my workouts, I would be very inconsistent, right? So
Mhm.
that's why I go to the gym for
Yeah.
that accountability and to be consistent. And also, I get motivated by just being around other people that are fucking working on themselves too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
let's be real here. That's why you surround
Mhm.
yourself with like-minded
Yeah.
people, build your support
Talk
system.
about isolating myself. If I would never leave the house. I have to get out of the house.
You
So
especially, where you live. Yeah,
I
yeah.
will go to the gym twice a week. No big deal. And then use this gym twice a week. It's actually perfect because I got to get grocery shopping done anyway. And that stuff's all in town because I live in
Mhm.
Maine. So
Yeah.
I got to leave after here and go to the grocery store because I didn't go to the gym this morning. I did it the gym here, but I would have gotten that done earlier.
Got it. Yeah. Yeah, it's catch-22 with working out at home. You really have to
Hmm.
be really disciplined. So most of the time,
Yeah.
it's like maybe you do a hybrid of both, like you just talked about, you know?
Hmm.
So, yeah,
That's why
but
that's where you have to figure out what's working for you and not just keep doing something that's not working.
right.
Immediately I knew within the first week or two, I was like, okay, I'm already starting to do this. Know thyself. Now you're only going to work out here 2 days a week and you're going to work out at Planet 2 days a week because you need to focus.
Yeah. Yeah. I was talking with a client on a call last week, and she's getting ready to start her strength training plan, and we were talking about where she's gonna work out, and I was asking her all the equipment and everything she has, and then she started talking about going to the gym. I was like, "Oh, yeah." I was like, "Yeah, we can definitely look at getting a gym membership too, you know, and then that'll open up
Hmm.
our workouts even more." She's like, "Well, I have a gym membership, I'm just not using it." It's like, "Oh, okay,
Mm,
well then, yes, let's use the gym membership that we're paying for."
yeah.
And then we'll do a hybrid. You can work out at home once or twice, and then I'll create your plan to go to the gym twice, right?
Yeah.
There's always a way, and because that's what the Planet Fitness model depends on, is you having the membership but not going.
Hmm.
Fun
Yeah.
fact. So
Also, my Planet Fitness just got a fucking hack squat. Okay.
yes,
I have been waiting for a gym around here to get a hack squat machine for seven
ours got them
years.
too.
I have a hack squat machine now in my fucking home gym. Okay. And Planet Fitness now gets a hack squat machine. I'm pissed.
And it's such a good machine, right? So
Oh
brutal.
my God, it's the best. It is the
Leg
best.
development, leg strength. It's truly is incredible. It can look intimidating for sure,
Mhm.
and it's very humbling too. It is very
Yeah, it is. It's
yeah.
one of my favorite machines, but also it's brutal.
I've been enjoying the hack squat machine at Planet Fitness, and I've also
Mhm.
been enjoying the press, neutral grip chest press.
Mhm. Oh,
It's
yeah, nice. Yep.
supine press is what it is.
Mhm.
So I've
Yep.
really been enjoying that because that's a piece of newer equipment. Do they have that at your gym, at your place?
I heard they just did. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Mhm.
Lots of good equipment, and I gotta say, Planet Fitness is a great gym. I do really enjoy Planet Fitness.
They're improving.
Yeah, for sure. I've never had any bad
Mhm.
experiences there.
Yeah, me neither,
Hell yeah.
actually.
Well, there's our hour.
All right.
Wow, that was a good call.
Yeah.
That call.
Good
Good talk.
times.
Good talk.
Good talk.
I really quickly, and then we can wrap it up. Abby listens to our podcast. She was talking about the maintenance episode. She really enjoyed the maintenance episode because that's where she's at right now. She said it was really helpful while in maintenance because she found that she's really finding a really good groove with that. But she said now it's more so like how her body has changed with weight loss. So she actually gave us a really good suggestion for a future topic, which is
Mhm.
kind of talking about how your body changes after weight loss and things like that. So what I was thinking was like how like you
Like
require
recomp?
identity shift. Yeah, body recomp for sure. But then I think also after the diet, like the mental side and
Ah.
because I think we've talked about this before about how you require like an identity shift when you're losing weight,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Because you're becoming a new person because you're developing new habits, new behaviors and
Yeah.
things like that. So I think
Yeah.
maybe that'll be a good talk for us in the future too, something like that.
Yeah.
Sweet. So thanks for the message, Abby. That was great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay,
All
nerdles.
right.
We'll see you in the Patreon if you need some
Yeah.
support with recipes, fitness, workouts. You loving what we're talking about with workouts? Come check out our workouts for $5
Yeah.
a month. Other than that, we just put it out there about our meet and greet in July in San Diego. So
Mhm.
let us know. Send us some feelers. What you're thinking about being able to come.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
All
we'll see
right.
you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Hope you enjoyed this episode, so why not share with a friend who needs to hear it? Send us a DM on Instagram or email us at cutthecrappod@gmail.com and join our Patreon at patreon.com/cutthecrappodcast. As always, we appreciate you and thanks for being here.